ready, kids? Are you ready? Let's go. Ooh, ooh. I wonder what's gonna be the best. Okay, so there's a LeetCode website. I'm not referring to LeetCode. Fuck that. Fuck that, mate. Is there like a, I don't know, like a Wikipedia article about that? Everybody's talking about this thing, but there's a tree rotation. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Maybe that's what I mean. Hello, Sigmund. What's up? Inverse. Aha. I guess that's what we were trying to do. Yeah. Alright. It's not particularly what I think it is. Hello everyone. Hello. Really glad to see you. So today we actually doing something interesting. Today I'm gonna be learning std file system because I never actually used it in my life. What's up, Hotzenpots? Hello, Wash, and Cerimon, of course. Hello, hello. So std file system, right? So it's a part of the C++ standard library, and it allows you to work with files. So purpose facilities, blah 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 blah. So it was introduced in C++ 17, if I'm not mistaken, right? And I never really tried a lot of things in the standard library since C++ 17, even since C++ 14. So I started to learn C++ when the active standard was, I think, C++ 03, right? Before C++ 11. So yeah, and I wanted to try to, you know, see how good of the library it is. It's cute, easy to use, nice. I'm really glad to hear that. So so the idea, it's kind of like boring to just go through the library and its functions and stuff like that. It will be like a little bit more interesting to do some sort of an exercise. And the exercise I came up with is inverting the file tree. Right. So there is a classical example of inverting binary tree. Invert binary tree. I couldn't really find anything. Yeah. So the idea is essentially you just mirror a tree, right? You just mirror a tree. Oh my god. My god. Where's my tablet? Takes so much time to actually start everything up. I wish my paint was a little bit faster. It doesn't. My paint doesn't even do anything to be that slow, in my opinion. Right. So let me maybe readjust everything so there's something like this. So then we can have something like that. Right, and in here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the idea of inverting a tree, is essentially mirroring it horizontally, right? So if you rotate it, let me actually quickly do that. It's going to be something like this. 1, so 3 is on the right, so the 3 is going to be on the left, right? 3 is going to be on the left. 2 is going to be on the right. So, and in 2, 5 is on the right, so it's going to be on the left, right? It's going to go like that, 5. And then it's going to be 4 like that. So this is how you invert a binary tree. And you do that usually recursively. So now imagine that you have a file tree and you want to do the same, but with the files. So, with the files, a file system, unfortunately, is not a binary tree. In case of a binary tree, it has up to 2 children, so you can just swap the children around. So file system usually looks like this. It has many children, right? It has many children, and how would you, rotate it or maybe flip it? You will have to reverse this array, right? You will have to reverse this array. And how would you reverse like files? I suppose reversing a file is going to be basically switching their contents, right? A rotating binary tree is essentially going to be like literally switching the contents and whatnot. And I think the easiest way to do that would be to actually rename the files. We're going to achieve that through the naming. So the idea is going to be that you recursively go down the file tree, and as you unwind from recursion, you're going to be actually swapping things around, and eventually you're basically going to flip the whole tree horizontally. So I think it's a pretty interesting exercise. And we'll see if it's possible to do that in C++. Should be possible with a file system, and it should be cross-platform. All right, so let me see. So we're gonna have what to do. So we first need to implement. Where's my to-do? To-do.org. File tree generator. We first need to generate some data, right? Okay, we need to generate some data for this entire stuff, and then file tree inverter. Inverter, is it inverter? I think it has to be inverter. All right. What's up, Tech 256? Yes, Inverter. Thank you so much. Hello. Google Translate actually improved over the years, because it always struggles to properly translate English to Russian. And it goes quite well. So just programming in C++. As you can see. Inverting file trees and stuff like that. I'm learning std file system, and I decided to just to do a small exercise of inverting a file tree. It's like inverting a tree, but it's file tree. One guy in my chat doesn't speak any English, so I use Google Translate to talk to him. Oh, nice. Okay, so I remember like a long time ago, Google Translate was absolutely horrible. Because the grammar of Russian language is more complicated than the English one, and it's just like difficult to map things between them. Especially there's also like a lot of idioms and stuff like that. Yeah. So they're using artificial intelligence now. So file tree generator. So I also want to actually add some stuff to the README. To the README. So invert binary tree. So where can I find a link to invert binary tree so people can read about this entire thing? Okay, I have an idea. Brew package manager. So yeah, I can refer to this tweet. So the reason why inverting binary tree became such a meme is because of this specific tweet by the creator of the Brew, right? Homebrew, I think it's a package manager for macOS. 90% of our engineers use the software you wrote, Homebrew, but you cannot invert binary tree and on the whiteboard, so fuck off. So okay, I'm gonna actually refer to this tweet. This is like inverting binary tree, right? But instead of the binary tree, it's file system tree, right? All right, cool. All right. So binary tree, but it's a file, tree. This is intended as a simple egg exercise. Did I spell it correctly? I don't remember how to spell exercise. Yes, I did spell it correctly. Exercise to learn how to use std file system. Right, so it's going to be std file system. And let's refer to std file system like this. So let me see. Let's generate some data, I suppose. So it's going to be data, right? And then we're going to have something like maybe just a second. Foo and maybe file bar, right, which will contain hello bar, right? So we have foo and bar, right? And then we're gonna have something like hello. Hello. World. I want that to be a file. World. Okay, so we have something like this. Is there any way for me to look at it as a tree? Is there like tree utility? There is a tree utility, so I can use it actually. All right, so let me see. It's gonna be C++ invert file tree. So tree data, cool. So I'm gonna grab that. The idea is to implement a program that can transform this, and this is going to be console. Didn't properly copy paste it. Yeah. This into this, and let me see how it's going to work actually. Unfortunately, it's not going to be really visible that these things like are inversed or something. So if I swap these two files, they will swap their content. I wonder if tree can show a little bit of a content. Maybe they can. I would do hello. Cat data. Foo hello. It doesn't have a new line, unfortunately. Let me actually save it with a new line. Yeah. So now it actually did more than new line. It's really weird. So if I take a look, so there's, I don't understand. Okay, so now it does exactly what I want. It does exactly what I want. I wish my mouse was a little bit more reliable. I'm gonna copy paste this thing in here. And another thing is going to be that if I'm going to do world, this one is going to contain world, right? So that's going to be the idea. So when this entire stuff is transformed, all right, so hello and world in foo are going to stay the same. They're going to stay the same. So, but this one is going to become world, this can become hello. And here, yeah, what's up? We're doing something cool actually. I'm learning std file system, and I decided to implement inverting binary tree, but on a file system. So we're going to take file system as a file tree, and we're going to invert it. And we'll see how it goes. It's actually really difficult to formalize this, but I'm trying. So this thing, if we're going to invert it by renaming, that means that this will become bar, and this will become foo now. Yes. This will become bar, and this will become foo. So on the other hand, maybe Yeah. Something like this. Okay, so this is my idea. Okay, we don't have any quick start yet, and then we're gonna have a license which is gonna be under MIT, and let me create super quick make file. So it's gonna be cxx flags, and it's gonna be w-all, w-extra, then std c++17, and then it's going to be pedantic, right? And it's going to be right now what I need to implement the generator, right? So yeah, it's going to be a generator. So we have a generator. Hello generator, and inverter is going to be cpp. IO string, return like this, cout, hello inverter. I'm really sorry, Jiang. Yes, it is what it is, and it isn't what it isn't. Is it not? I think it is. cxx flags, and generator cpp. Are we gonna have anything else in here? I think not. So I'm gonna quickly replace this thing with inverter, right? And I'm gonna add this to all. Generator, inverter, and this is gonna be a phony target, right? Is that how I forgot how to do a phony targets. I think it's just that. Wait, I forgot. Make file phony. What? I haven't written. Yes, this is how. I don't know why. I just okay. I'm sorry. I just forgot how to do that. All right. Nice. Cool. I can also try to build that with Clang. Clang++. I mean, I have to actually force reevaluation of this entire stuff. And yeah, there we go. So we're gonna have a generator, and we're gonna have an inverter. There we go. So now we're gonna have some sort of a quick start, and it's gonna be console, hola, and in here we're gonna do make, and then generator. We probably have to provide the name for the folder, then tree data, then inverter data, and then tree data. There we go. Kind of that's basically the idea here. I guess that's the plan. That's the plan, at least. Maybe it's gonna be changed like in the future somehow. I don't know. So I also want to git ignore some of these things. Generator and inverter. We don't need that. Maybe I'm gonna even git ignore the data, right? Because it's gonna be generated all the time. And git init. All right. Can we commit now? Okay. But didn't I? Do I have to do it like that? Ah. Okay. Ready, set, go. Sorting gun. Let me go and create a repo for that. Thank fucking God. Holy shit. So this exact thing used to leak your mobile phone. Seriously, it used to leak your mobile phone. Now it doesn't. Now it just shows last four digits. Well, like it leaked something, but yeah. So I specifically made a feature request for them. Like I explained, guys, I'm a streamer and I do programming on the stream, and I quite often use GitHub. Your page pops up like out of nowhere, and it may leak very sensitive information. Please do something. Please just at least like make me click on it to show the full number. Like just don't leak it. And they actually implemented it. They actually, I'm so goddamn fucking happy that it does have okay. So holy fucking shit. I'm so happy that at some point in my life I actually spent time contacting them and asking, please fucking fix that. This is very fucking important. Like holy shit, I'm now so glad. So yeah, and because like it may pop out of nowhere, like suddenly. It's just like yeah, and there's nothing you can't control that whatsoever. Yeah. Okay. Well, they actually give a fuck. Well, I spend a lot of time actually explaining my use case and my workflow and giving them as much information as possible why it is important. And I guess that was helpful. So, like I wrote a huge letter explaining everything. Okay. So it's going to be something like this. This is going to be public and excuse me. Oh yeah, it has to be a description. All right. I guess I have to call it CXX. Yes, I have to call it CXX, not CPP. CPP is a C preprocessor. So maybe because of that I need to rename this to CXX. Right, it's going to be CXX, and all right. So I'm going to try to do the following. This is like inverting binary tree, but instead of binary tree, it's file tree. Okay, so I'm going to use this as the description. I'm going to use this as the description. Instead of the binary tree, it's instead of a binary tree, it's a file tree. I don't know, in my English is actually kind of scuffed, but yeah, create repository. It's like converting binary tree, but instead of a, it has to be there because I'm referring to the binary tree that I introduced in the like previous part of the sentence. It's a yeah. I guess that's, I don't know how to speak English seriously. And I cannot modify the description unless I committed something in here. Thank you, GitHub. Very cool. All right. Okay. I'm gonna call it typo, and I need to add origin like that. I need to add origin like that, and let's push this thing. Did I push it actually? No, I didn't. I just added the remote. Okay. All right, so you can find the source code of this thing in here. So nothing is implemented. I just like made a stub of this entire stuff. Yeah, so nothing is implemented yet. Keep that in mind. What's up, Deep Singularity? Hello, hello. All right. So I'm just trying to think. Did I forget anything? I think I didn't forget anything. Hopefully. I think everything has been done. All right, so I can finally focus on what I want to generate in here. All right, so according to README, we accept the path to the data folder via the command line arguments, right? So let's quickly try to do something in here. It's going to be int argc char argv. Char argv. All right, so if argc is less than 2, so you need to provide at least the like one argument in there. So std error, I think it's c error, and I'm gonna do something like we need to print it as a usage, right? So we're gonna accept usage, and if I remember correctly, so c error is a std o string, right? So we're gonna accept it as that o string, so we will be able to print to c error if you want to, or to standard output or whatever, right? So the usage is going to be the following: usage generator, and it's going to be I don't know, folder path, right? It's going to be folder path, and it's going to be this thing. I think if I remember correctly, you have to include O stream in here to actually be available. Okay. So it's going to be error, so maybe I'm also going to do something like usage std c error, right? And folder path is not provided, std and handle. Where is my team? So it's going to be a folder path, and I suppose I can just do something like this, right? std cout folder path std handle. So okay, that looks all right. Let's try to maybe build this entire stuff and see if it builds. Seems to be building. So can I do something like generator? Okay, so terminate, throw in an instance, logic error. Oh yeah, I forgot to actually exit from this entire stuff, of course. Make the generator. Throws exceptions and shit. Might as well actually just return my like one. You know what I mean? From this thing. And if I provide something like data, it says folder data. Okay, that's cool. So we managed to accept the folder path as an argument. So the thing I want to do now, I want to try to create a folder in there. How can I create a folder? So std file path, and what do I have to include to have std file path? File system, okay. So let's include file system. So include file system, is it create? Yeah, it's literally create directory, and you can actually create several directories. So creates a directory, so if it's several of them, create a directory p as if the second argument. I suppose it just creates all of them along the way. Right. That's a pretty cool way of doing that. Yeah, I like that. Thank you. Very cool. So, yeah. Yeah, it's just make divs might be. Yeah, I thought so. So essentially, like if you implement no build in C++, you already have half of the functionality of no build, and in a cross-platform way as well. Yeah, that's kind of cool. Maybe it does make sense to have no build CPP. It's not bad at all. Because the file system is the primary thing that you have to work with anyway. So, but how are we gonna generate just a random thing? I'm thinking maybe At any level, right? At any level, we're gonna generate randomly from A to B amount of entries. And as we generate each entry, there is a chance for an entry to become either a file or a folder. And if it becomes a folder, we go deeper. See what I mean? So you're at any particular level, generate a number, like from a particular range, from 2 to 3. And that number is the amount of files you have to create. And this file can be either a file or a directory. If it's a file, it terminates. If it's not, and that way you can generate like a random thing, random tree. And in the file, maybe we can put some random text as well, who knows. And the random text could be random combination of different words and whatnot. Maybe we can take like a simple Markov model, maybe find it somewhere online, and we can generate like sentences and whatnot. Lauren Ipsum, maybe we'll see how it goes. So that's actually a pretty cool exercise, I think. I think this is a pretty cool exercise for your brain muscle. Okay. Making kappa tea. Lol. Alright. Making kappa tea. What's up, cuties? Hello. So we have that, and I don't know. Can I just create? Yeah, I wanted to create a folder. So it's going to be fs create folder, right? Directory. And this is going to be, do I accept? I have to accept a path. God damn, I have to accept a path. And what kind of constructors do we have for the path? Let me see. I can construct a path out of string type, whatever is that supposed to mean. But I suppose string type, like any string type, sister, std string, and all of that is fine, I presume. So maybe the way we're going to do that is fs path and hope that it's going to work actually. So it's going to be folder path. Okay, maybe something like created folder, and we're going to just put it like this. All right. Let me see. Okay, and it crashed. Undefined reference. Okay, so I have to link this shit with something. I wonder what I have to link it with. C++ file system undefined reference. So I have to probably link it with something. Oh yeah, I fucking remember that. Yes, I fucking remember that. Yes, I have such an old compiler that it is still a thing. Holy fucking shit. Yes, it's a Debian style. I do remember that. Like, I was trying to build one of your projects, Yang, and I had to do that. Fuck. All right. Alrighty. Yeah. Expose myself as a boomer programmer. Coding in the 90s. Okay. Doesn't work. Oh, because I never actually used it. Leaps. Created folder data. I can actually create it how many times I want. What the fuck is going? Emacs. Stop Emacs. Okay, so let me remove that. And yeah, so I want to try to create something like your mom. And as you can see, your mom is here. There we go. Seems to be working, seems to be twerking. So the idea now is the following. We want to do generate a tree, right? So we're going to accept generate a tree. And in here, we're going to accept the path from which you want to generate. So this is going to be something like this. It's going to be const root. Right. And in here, we need to generate like a random number. How many entries we want to generate. How many entries we want to generate? So in C++, as far as I know, there is like a subsystem for random number generation. C++ 17 random numbers. Let's actually learn how to use random numbers. Pseudonumber random generator. Is there an example? So there's a lot of different distribution. Okay. Okay, we need to include random. We need to create a random device with a particular distribution, and so this is going to be uniform distribution from. Okay, let me create a separate entry in here because it looks like it's going to be very useful. Oh yeah, thank you for reminding me. I need to add the link to the thing I'm doing right now. CXX. Yesu. Let's send the project inverting file tree in C++. Source. Maybe I'm gonna just give the link to here. Right, so for more information on what exactly I'm doing, just look at that repo, okay? So I actually put as much information as I could, trying to explain what it's all about. Right, so we're inverting like file system tree as like inverting binary tree, and all that is an exercise to learn about std file system. Right, so yeah, let me see. So we need to create a default random engine and then uniform distribution. Okay, std random device, what was that supposed to mean? Random device. Okay, then we're gonna use uniform distribution for integers. Uniform distribution, uniform int distribution. What's the point of calling it int distribution if you have to parameterize it with int? Does it mean any kind of integer value? Okay, int type, so it could be size t, it could be like long or something, like any integer. And so it's not going to work for continuous types like floats. I see what they mean. I see what they mean. All right, so this is going to be uniform int distribution, and it's going to be int, and it's going to be uniform dist from 1 to 6. And I suppose it's not going to generate anything but this specific number. Randomly chosen mean. So if I just like generate like a couple of times, so it's going to be integer from 0 to like 10, right? And I try to do something like std cout. So what do you do? Default random and then choose random. Mean between 1 and 6. Oh, this is really complicated. Why to generate a random stuff we have to have so many parameters in here? You have to create a random device, then distribution and engine. So to generate random numbers, you have to manipulate 3 different entities: device, distribution, and engine. Like, okay. Without the engine, okay. Because it's kind of strange. I think I already was looking at it. Okay. But isn't this an engine? Isn't this an engine? Alba, what's up? What's up? What's up, Eridan? Oh, we've got a raid from Provat. Hello, hello everyone. Привет. Hello. So we're doing something weird today. We're doing something weird and kinky. We are inverting file tree. That's what we do. Please don't judge. There's more information in the repo itself, but the idea is that, you know, the classical exercise of inverting binary tree and shit like that. We're doing the same, but on a file system. So we have a file system tree, and we're gonna write a program using std file system that inverts the file system. So yeah, and all of that is just a means of exercise to exercise usage of std file system. Yeah, but the first thing we're trying to do, we're trying to generate a random file tree so we can invert it. So, and all of that is just recreational programming. There is no any purpose. It's just for recreational, yeah, for recreational programming. I don't know. I don't know how to explain that. Don't judge. I like this kind of shit. What can I say? I'm a weird person. All right. This is why I'm unemployed, by the way, because instead of doing something useful for the humanity, I end up doing this kind of shit, which is absolutely fucking useless. Yeah. All right. Haven't worked with like a proper C++ in years. Humanity doesn't deserve anything useful. Well, I don't know. At least something useful for myself then. But sometimes I feel like I don't deserve anything useful either. Anyway, so what is this? It still uses engine. Here's the thing. It still uses engine. It's just like it's called differently. Is it not? I think it's still called differently. You need a device, you need an engine, you need a distribution. Ah, it's less characters, I see. Okay. You're living the life. And no, not yet at least. Okay. When I reverse a fast tree every day, this software will be helpful for me. Sure, buddy. Okay. So here's device and default random thing. What's interesting is that you have to call a random device as a function. Who designed this thing? Why? Like, I'm not mad. I'm not disappointed. I just want to understand the person. I just want to talk to them, you know? Maybe they have a problem in their life or something like. It's just like, yeah. Just want to come to them and just like, do you want to talk about it? Like, is everything okay? I don't know. Maybe no trivial cause that you don't want to put in a constructor opening the front end. Yeah. Yeah, it's true. Could be. All right, so let me see. Can I now just use and then I keep it as an engine. All right, let's do it like this. So it's gonna be RD. Why things? 37. So this is again. So this is an engine. Oh my god, it's really confusing. Uniform int distribution, okay. Uniform int distribution. Distrib 1.6. Ah, I'm an idiot. Okay. So, all right. Random device, engine, distribution. Ah, I see. I see. Random device is essentially like def random, but depending on the operating system, it could be something different. Like it's like basically hardware representation of something that can generate random numbers. The engine is the thing that uses random device to generate numbers, and given a distribution, right, it can generate numbers using random device with a certain distribution. I'm not sure if I'm happy with this kind of approach, but okay. Maybe I don't want to use it actually. Seriously, I don't want to use it. So because I don't need to, like, it feels like this is needed for a very specific like simulation. You have like very specific physics simulation that require very specific distribution with a very specific like performance or something, right? And because of that, you have like a huge variety of different distributions, engines and stuff like that, and you handpick carefully what exactly you want for your simulation, is just, and then you run the simulation and just, yes, it's perfect. But we're not doing that. You see what I mean? Like, we're not doing that. So in that case, all this stuff is kind of justified. Okay, I can understand that, but we don't need that. So because of that, I'm gonna just use cstdlib. Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I don't want to use all of that. Okay, so maybe I can seat this thing somewhere here. It's random time, and probably also need a time. Main 2. Okay, so what doesn't okay, so another one. I think it has to be also C time. Yes, why this? I forgot. Sorry. Just a second. I think time should accept 0 or something, or null PTR. I think it accepts null PTR, doesn't it? Yo. Okay. The only thing I want to do, I want to just generate a particular number from, so something like rand int range, and let's generate numbers from 2 to 5, maybe 2 to 4. Right? So let's implement this function. Rand int range. This one is going to low, and this one is going to high. And essentially, we need to find the distance between high and low. So if I have 1, 2, 3, right, the distance is 3, but if I subtract 3 from 1, it's going to be 2, so it means I need to add 1. So it's going to be high minus low plus 1, right? So I'm generating numbers from 0 up until there, like this, right? And then I add that to low, and there we go, I can generate a particular range. Quite easily. High random, yes, it's very high. just like myself right now. I mean, I'm high on tea. I don't consume anything illegal. All right. So now I want to generate like n entries. Right, we're going to generate n entries, and for each individual entry, right, 0 to n, yeah, is 0 to n is going to be plus plus I. And what we want to do, we want to actually create a bunch of files. To create a bunch of files, we need to know how to extend or concatenate the path. Can I extend the path? So I can provide path. Can it provide? I think I know. So because as Jiang said, right, it already overloads the slash operator. That means I can do something like create directory root slash, and then I need to maybe convert integer to string. I forgot how to convert integer to string in C++. I think there was like something to string in C++. Just a second. Yeah. To string. To string. Is it going to search it? Okay. std2 string. Okay. std2 string I, and you can create a directory, but can you create a file? I guess we can just create a directory for now and just see what's gonna happen. Can I do something like this now, where I could do const auto child path, and it's gonna be something like child path and created child path std handle. There we go. Okay. All right. So let me see what's gonna happen. So it created your mom, but it didn't create anything else. Okay. Oh fuck. I forgot to call generate tree. Yes. Generate tree, and it's going to be folder path. Okay. All right. So it created your mom 0 and your mom 1. Perfect. Fuck. Yeah, it created all of them. So we already have the foundation for like random generation of those things. I think it's very cool. So can I create a file? Is there any way to just create a file? So create directory, create file. Well, I can always create a file with if stream, I presume. So is there something like touch a file? Nah. I guess I can create it. You can just open a file and just close it, like with if stream, if you know what I mean. So that's the way to create a file. But yeah, okay. Generator header. Let's create something like this. It's going to be void create file fs path file path. And here is the interesting question. Westdev ironically doesn't deal with actually creating files. All right. If stream. I wonder if they updated fstream to accept path in the constructor. I wonder if they did. They did? Would you look at that? That's actually pretty cool. That's actually pretty good and cool. Wait a second. Why the fuck are you not a VIP? There we go. Okay. So we should be able to do that. Std if stream. You know what? Technically, to create a file, you can just do something like if stream, right? Because it will create a temporary file that will die, that will be closed after it goes out of the scope. Thank you for removing Uber from the chat. You could have just asked me for, okay? So you didn't have to actually suffer the entire time. You could have just said something. All right. I don't know. Hands up. Is it better? So, and because of that, I think we don't need to create a file thingy. Okay, so let's do the following thing. If rand 2, right, it's going to be from 0 to 1. Hit enter, okay. There we go. You're welcome. Created folder. Otherwise, we're going to do created file. Std if stream and child path. Okay, so let's see if it's going to work or not. I actually want to make the thing a little bit bigger, for example, from 10 to 15, so there is more chance to actually create either folder or a file. Okay, so and oh fuck, okay. Unnecessary parentheses around child path. That is very interesting. Variable. Ah, I'm an idiot. God. If stream, is that what you want? It's f stream, isn't it? Isso, кавай this. Okay. Oh fuck. It just skipped them. I just skipped them. Alright, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Because I already was looking at my OBS thinking that maybe there's something wrong with the stream. Okay, this shit didn't work. It has to be off stream. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay. One more time. Alright. So if I go here, now we're talking. You see, some of them are files, some of them are folders. Cool. So I'm gonna remove your mom. There we go. Don't worry, chat. Soon we're gonna be recursively traversing your mom. Sorry. So this is gonna be. Can I do something like this, by the way? I think I should be able to. Unnecessary parenthesis in declaration of child path. This is really strange. Like, is that a bug of GCC? Okay, I think it could be a bug. Yeah. It's a feature, I see. I don't know much of C++, so... but I presume that's how it works. All right, and my main idea, after we implemented all of that, right, is that It's going to be something like from 2 to 6. If this was a folder, right? If this was a folder, we keep generating the tree recursively. So it's going to be child path, and just go a little bit deeper. Just keep generating shit. See? Just keep generating shit. So from time to time, I accidentally save my compilation buffer for some reason. I don't know why, but yeah. All right, let's see what's gonna happen if I generate your mom now, but recursively. Oh shit. Okay. That generated a lot of stuff, not gonna lie. Wait a second. That was weird. What if we generate like 2 to 3? Right, 2 to 3. Almost killed the fest. Maybe. I don't know. What do you want from me? What do you want from me? Okay. Let's generate it. Okay. Terminate. Cannot create folder. Because it was already. Okay. So we need to precisely pick the constants. Yeah. So what I'm thinking is that I think the probability of this thing becoming a folder should be lower than the probability of the entry becoming a file. So I think the problem is that it's 50-50, pretty much. Yeah. And that's why it generates a pretty huge tree. So, and we can even take a look at what it generated. So it basically generates like a DFS or something. The useful way to waste all line notes, exactly. So let me see. Can you add depth? Maybe we could add depth, but I want this thing to end at like... I want them to end with files, you know? That'd be cool. All right, we can add depth, sure. I think that's the easiest way to do that. It's gonna be size t depth, and then we can have something like you know, size t depth capacity. This is not how we spell depth capacity. And let's say that you can go deeper than 5. I mean, probably. So generate the tree, and this is going to be depth plus 1. Let's give it depth plus 1. And if depth is greater or equal than the depth capacity, the maximum depth capacity, actually it has to be less than the depth capacity. All right, that means it's going to be like this. Okay, and yeah, so in that case we can actually generate like from 10 to 15. Okay, that's still too much, I think. So maybe depth. Okay, 5 to 8. So yeah, now we have these files. Did I already destroy my file system? Oh. Apparently, Emacs, when it deletes a folder, tries to delete it themselves. So essentially, Emacs itself tries to traverse the file system and delete the files instead of like calling to I mean, there's no anything in the operating system that allows you to do that, but anyway, so all right, so that's very interesting. So it's gonna be from 5 to 3 to 5. Let's try 3 to 5, and maybe the depth capacity, let's keep it like that then. Well, that's a little bit more, like, you know, bearable, I think. So if I try to do tree, your mom, there we go. So this is our tree. Monica Live, subscribe with Twitch Prime. Thank you. Thank you so much for 2 months of Twitch Prime subscription. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And welcome to our Epic Recursive Club. That's right. Epic Recursive Club. All right, so this looks okay. I really like that it actually shows like a tree, so it would be pretty clear that the tree has been reversed or something. So I can do something like your mom, and there we go. Okay, so this is a tree. Okay. Let me see. It's kind of boring, I think. It's kind of boring that they're just numbers. It would be kind of cool if they were like very specific words and maybe even random words. Yeah, just different random words. Text file list of fruits. Can we have something like this, like a list of fruits? Fruits txt. Yeah, that's pretty cool, I guess. We can just use that essentially. I can take that and I'm gonna copy paste this entire thing. And maybe I'm gonna query replace. You know what? I'm gonna do something like this. So they have spaces. You know what? I'm gonna query replace and replace space with underscore. So there's a star fruit, and it's interesting. Okay. Cucumber, really? Cucumber. Well, it is what it is. Cucumber is a fruit from now on. So I want to put that into a vector, I suppose, right? So I'm going to say with 2 fruits HPP, right? It's going to be fruits HPP, and if not defined, fruits HPP define, and if fruits HPP, you know it. You know it. Do we already have a string? Std vector, std string, fruits, and we're gonna put it like that. I think that should work. Yeah. Isn't it cool? Isn't it cool? I think it's goddamn cool. Maybe it would make sense to actually put it into fruits CPP. Fruits CPP. I'm going to include fruits HPP. So, and this one is going to be just extern declaration, right? You know what I mean? So this is extern. You know what? You know what? We might as well actually completely move it inside and say something like static, and it's not going to be visible outside. And we're only going to have something like random fruit. Random fruit. Random fruit. And you don't need a vector in here, right? You only need a string, and this is going to be like a separate module. Okay, so we're going to return in here is fruits, rand fruits. Is it size? I forgot. I think it's size. Yeah. So, and because of that, we also need to do a cstdlib. Okay, so we have a module that can generate random fruits for us, or at least random names for fruits and whatnot. So that's pretty convenient. Okay, so I'm gonna go in here. So it's gonna be fruits CPP. Might as well also depend on fruits CPP and fruits HPP. Generator. So, and let's include the header fruits HPP. Okay, let's generate this one more time. Maybe I need to first remove your mom. And what was doing? Yeah, just wanted to rerun this. Okay, cool. Everything compiles. So in the generator now, what I want to do, I suppose every time we're gonna choose a random prefix, right? So it's gonna be a prefix, maybe child prefix, and it's gonna be a random fruit. Random fruit. So it's gonna be child path, random fruit, and in here I presume I can do something like child prefix plus dash plus that. To be fair, I can just do something like random fruit. Yeah, like this. So this is gonna be child path. We take a root and then we concatenate these two things together, and there we go. Here's the random fruit. All right, so let me try to recompile this entire stuff. And okay, that actually didn't generate that much. Sometimes I suppose it doesn't generate too many things. One more time. So I want a little bit bigger file system. There we go. So okay, that's pretty cool. So this is what we have. Damn, son. Wait, is that a fruit? Wait, what? Damn, son. What'd you find out? Oh, this is the creator of C++. Look, this is a creator of C++. I knew it. Kind of, I suppose. Coconut, gooseberry. Really? Is that what it is? Holy sh! I didn't know that it's. Wow. It makes it easy to remember, actually. It actually makes it easy to remember. Okay, maybe I also like want to generate the content for a file. Somehow. Yeah, maybe. Let me try. Oh shit, it actually makes it super easy to generate the content for a file, because we have a file in here and I can just generate a bunch of words, right? So I can do something like rand int range, and let's generate like from 20 to 30 words, and I'm gonna do something like words count, and it's gonna be word 0 words words count. I mean, you can always do something like this while, right? Like this. F out is going to be random fruit separated by space. Maybe separated by a new line, why not? So we're gonna just keep generating random fruits in here. And as it goes outside of this scope, and this object get destroyed, it will be automatically closed. Okay, so this is the way we can generate like random content for the files. Sort of random. Okay. So, damn, son. Oh shit, it's not gonna work. Ah, it kind of worked. Alright, so kiwi fruit, and here it contains more different fruits. Yep. So we're just generating random data. That's essentially what we're doing. Oh, by the way, I think I need to credit the source of this thing. Yeah. Oh, and this is like an example that loads the words. I mean, I just baked it into the source code. You don't need to load file if the data is baked into the source code. Don't even worry about that. Generator, header. Okay, so fruit CPP. Credit the nature. I mean, I'm pretty sure nature didn't come out with the names for the fruits. But I mean, they technically did, because nature created us, we created the language, and it just depends on the definitions. It's yet another definition game. Okay. Ugly fruit. Okay. All right. So I'm gonna remove this thing. Yes. Emacs asks too many questions. Okay. Oh yeah, and I want you to take a look at the tree. Yeah, let's generate one more time. Oh my god, look at that. Look at that file tree. Isn't it beautiful? Isn't it? I think it's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Look at that. Yes, this is a tree, and this is like quite good looking tree. Yeah. We can reverse that. I can reverse that. Oh wow. So we implemented the generator. Random smoothie recipe generator. Yeah, that's what it is. Okay, so let me actually stash this entire shite. Implement the file tree generator, and I'm gonna push that right into the repo. Cool. So we have an inverter now. So I'm gonna steal some code from the generator, specifically the ones that handle, you know, the command line arguments and whatnot. So usage in here, yeah, it's gonna go like this. Inverter, folder path. Folder path is not provided. So what do we have in here? We need to include OStream. I don't remember if I have to include that, but we'll see. So I don't need a random number generator in here. And also, this is the folder path. And I guess we just have to do invert folder path. That's it. And invert folder is going to be just something that accepts path root, and this has to be like a const thingy. I'm gonna invert my local music library with this tool. All right. But keep in mind that it also will invert the contents of the files. So essentially, here's the idea. You have a folder, right? And you have two files, full and bar. So it inverts also it will swap the contents of this file. So if you have a music library, like all the songs and their names are going to be mixed up now. At least that's the idea. Yeah, more music, I see. Okay. Invert a folder. Reverse file content itself. It's kind of getting out of. Okay, I will keep that. I will keep that in mind. I'm gonna put it on the back burner because that's a completely separate algorithm on its own, right? It's a completely separate algorithm on its own. So first I want to just do the regular like folder stuff, and then we'll see how it goes. File becomes the folder name, and the folder becomes, yeah, essentially if you have this as a folder, right, so this will become a folder and this will become a file, right? So essentially the reversage happens on the level of renaming. We're reversing them by renaming them. But the question is like, it just depends on the order. It just depends on the order. I think we have to enforce some sort of like a lexicographical order. Oh, bye-bye. Jean, bye-bye. See you tomorrow. All right. Good night. Good night. Time to sleep. It's pretty late for you, actually. We're pretty much in the same time zone, so yeah, it's also late for me. I should be sleeping too, but I cannot because my life is fucked up. Anyway, what do I want to do? Yeah, we need to enforce some sort of order, and the order is going to be a lexicographical one, which means that we'll have to sort the entries and whatnot. So here's the file system, and let me see what we've got. std file system. Okay, cpp reference. I'm running out of energy, so I think we'll have to make a small break to brew a cup of tea. File system. There we go. So this is going to be file system, and the thing I want to do, given a path, give me all of the files. Is it possible to do something like that? So there is a directory iterator, an iterator of the contents of the directory. Perfect. This is what I want. Give me that. How do I use this shit? Okay, so you just do fs directory iterator on a particular path, I presume. So does it accept, what does it accept as a constructor? Let's see. It accepts file path. It also accepts, I suppose, string. Or maybe, I mean, it only needs to accept file path because maybe it has implicit constructor from a string, and yeah, you know, it's a C++. It makes you know, your life easier. It's supposed to, at least. Okay. So let me go to the generator in space, and I'm gonna just put this thing in here. Bloat file system, yes. Classic. I think I'm looking at the wrong thing. Yes. Yeah. fs directory iterator for auto p. For auto p, I want to just do std cout p. And P stands for I remember watching Cachet's stream when he was developing his text editor, and he had a folder variable that is called mouse p, and he was talking about his code to himself, you know, the usual programming stuff, and he was constantly saying things like mouse p, and my brain like was constantly imagining that process, and it's just like, please stop. Anyway, alrighty, so yeah, okay. Oh, I'm all right. I was supposed to be using an inverter. Inverter, and okay, so everything does not compile, so it's gonna be file system. Yeah, I think it's true. I think he's doing that intentionally. He's a genius of post-irony. All right. Okay, so here they are, essentially. File paths. File paths. We can try to sort them somehow, right? If we're gonna, yeah. So it's gonna be inverter, std vector, and what we're gonna put in the fs path, ps, right? So it's gonna be ps, and here I'm gonna do ps push back p. Right, and I'm pretty sure there is like a way to do that in a very smarty pants way. Essentially, like use an inserter iterator and insert it into vector. But I mean, come on, I just don't want to do that. Yeah, we're gonna do std sort, of course. We're gonna do std sort, and for std sort, I'm gonna just do algorithms. Yeah, we need algorithms in here. Is there any way to just print the whole vector? Is that a thing you can do in the modern C++? Because remember, it was not possible before. Yeah, back inserter. Yeah, I do remember that. You can use a back inserter in here and just, I think, do something like std copy, and every time you copy it will insert a new thing. And it's just, come on, just write the code. Come on. All right, so it doesn't work. Aha. There's so much modern stuff in C++. How do I think back inserter is not even that modern thing. I think I was using back inserter back in C++ 03 days. So yeah. It's not even that modern, I think. Okay, so this one is going to be just PS, and we're going to be just printing this entire thing. And after that, I want to do std sort, and it's going to be as begin. And C with classes, and don't really understand you. Yeah, me too. So I usually always program in C with classes, but today, the topic of today's stream is to learn std file system. That's why I'm doing like modern C++ stuff. It's not even that modern, but I mean, you know what I mean. I personally prefer like a pure C over even C with classes. C with glasses. Okay. So let me put it like that. A C joke, yeah. God damn it. And done. And after that, I suppose we want to just see what's gonna happen. C with glasses. Okay. All right. I think that's a pretty good order. So what I'm thinking is, I guess first I'm trying to sort all of that. Then I'm gonna go into all of the folders and reverse them. Yes, that's gonna be my plan. So here's the PS, and then we're sorting this entire thing. And after that, I need a way to know if something is a folder or not. Let me see. Is there something like is? There must be. I swear to God, there must be something for this kind of stuff. File system. Is direct. Yeah, this is what I was talking about. So for const auto p ps if fs is directory, we are doing invert folder. Okay, for that thing. Maybe I should actually call them something like children. So this is a children, this is a child, and we push the child. Then we sort the children. Child, children, child, There we go. After we inverted everything, I think the time has come to do the inversion algorithm. So the reverse algorithm. This one is going to be interesting because we have to rename things, right? So essentially you have a bunch of files, and what you need to do, you need to rename this file to this one, and this file to this one. So essentially we need to rename A to intermediate thing, rename D to A, and intermediate thing back to D. You see? And then repeat for this pair in here, and until you basically reversed all of these things. So that's going to be the idea essentially here, I think. Let's give it a try. It's a classical reverse array algorithm, but instead of array you have files. You see what I mean? Instead of array you have files, and we also need to come up with like unique intermediate name as well. So it's going to be interesting. Maybe unique intermediate name could be a concatenation of the name of the files plus some sort of a random thingy, or maybe it's, I don't know. It's kind of interesting. So what you would rename it to? Maybe it could be a temporary file. Yeah, we can request an operating system to have a temporary file, right? And we can rename this thing to that file, and then rename it back. So yeah, it could be something like this actually. Okay, so TMP file, size t0, and it's going to be actually children size half of the size plus I. So and essentially the path that we need to swap, it's going to be const auto a children I, and the second one that you want to swap is going to be children I, children size minus I minus 1. So we're reversing like by pair moving to the center. You see the classical reverse array algorithm. So C++ temp file. Yeah, there's literally temp file. Okay. And it temp directory path. Okay, cool. Don't temp. Is that everything I have in a modern C++? Really? And TMP file is I need a cup of tea. Yeah, TMP file is something from C. Goddamn. Why is this is such a half-ass solution? Could you just give me like a... Oh wait, it returns a path. A directory is suitable for temporary files. Ah, well, yeah, okay. We can see juicy C++ failed to do that. Yeah. Wait a second. Can I just see what it returns? I just want to see what it returns. It's going to main. Right, it's going to be std cout fs temp directory path. Wait, what the fuck is this shit? What the fuck is this? Disgusting. Oh, maybe there is a reason to. I don't remember. I think you're supposed to do endl, right, for cross-platform thing. I don't know. Endl is slow, really? Does it have a like runtime cost? Why would it have a runtime cost? That's really strange. Okay. Children. It has flash fork. Okay. So just give us TMP. But you may never know. Yeah, this is not particularly useful because you still have to generate like a unique file name yourself. So thank you, C++. Really cool, I suppose. All right. I guess we can have a temporary file tmp name. Okay, tmp nam. Let's get the damn nam spam. Okay, creates a unique file name that does not name the currently existing file. Okay, so that's pretty cool. It even returns a I see. Temporary file name. Tmp name main std tmp name. Oh shit, do I have to include some stuff? stdio stdio. It has to be null ptr, right? Or something like null ptr. Is it gonna work? Is it gonna work? Yo. The use of tmpnam is dangerous. Better use makes temp. Okay. So wait. Is this a linker error? The linker warned me about unsafe, not the compiler, the linker. If I understand correctly, this is really strange. Like, I've never seen that before. I mean, usually it's the compiler who actually warns about this kind of shit, but linker? Really? Oh yeah, so yeah, it's a POSIX. I mean, if I'm gonna use POSIX functions, I might as well not use std file system and just use POSIX to traverse through the files and stuff like that. So it kind of defeats the point. Yeah, so if I have POSIX, why the fuck do I need a std file system? Yeah. OpenDir read. Oh yeah. Have you seen my library called Mini Rent? Yeah, it's actually super cool. So just a second, Mini Rent. It's basically a small subset of drent for Windows. So essentially, it supports OpenDir and ReadDir and CloseDir, and it's a single header library. Just a single header, and it works on Windows. So essentially, if you have a POSIX code, it's a very small library, by the way. It just wraps a couple of WinAPI calls. If you have a code that depends on OpenDir, ReadDir, and CloseDir, and it works with this library, it will work on Linux and on Windows, and it's just a single header. So yeah, and I use it in a couple of my games. So it's actually pretty cool. Yeah. So I think it doesn't report errors properly. Yeah, I think drent is supposed to set error null accordingly, and I was just too lazy to translate the results of get error in WinAPI to error null things for POSIX, and I put a couple of to-dos in there, but yeah. So anyway. Nam. All right, so I think we need to make a small break. Yes. Do you guys want to listen to some music while we're just doing? So Kiko. Okay. You guys want to listen to country? Okay. Let's listen to some country. Doesn't really sound too Keikona. We need something more Keikonen. Hey, come on. I'm disappointed. I think it's good enough. Alright, let's make a small break. Let's make a small break. You guys have fun. Hey, yo. This music is so basic, holy shit. Okay. So, what we're gonna do... oh boy. So, root. Right. We need to pick a free file name. Right. Free file name. So let's do something like this. We're gonna return a free file name. We're gonna accept fs path root, and it's gonna return us like something based on that. Okay. Now it's gonna be something like const, not char, but fs path tmp file name. Free file name root, right? So, and we're gonna use that tmp file name for all of our shenanigans. Okay, so, and essentially the way it's gonna work, I think we're gonna include the fruits, and we're gonna use the, maybe, I'm gonna do the following thing. So, is directory file system. I cannot for some reason do the file system thing. You can. Oh, I can. Exist. Yeah, exists. Cool. So we can have some sort of a counter, right? So it's going to be counter starting from 0, and while true, which is very dangerous. Just a second, I need to pour a cup of water for my tea. Just a second, just a second. And back to back. So if while fs exists, and we're gonna have something like root std string prefix is gonna be let's put it as underscore, I think. It's gonna be something like prefix plus toString counter. While this thing exists, we're gonna increment the counter, keep incrementing the counter. If it doesn't exist, we're gonna just return it like that. It's kind of like there's a little bit of duplication in this particular case. Not sure how good of an idea that is, but all right. So let me see if this entire thing at least compiles. Let's see if it at least compiles. Start reference main. Okay. Okay, it seems to be compiling. So rename. Old, new. Okay. Old p, new p. fs rename old p. Let's call it tmpp. tmpp. Okay. So old become tmp. I mean, it probably. Nah, there's no like old and new. It's still a. Yeah, let's keep them calling a. A and b, and this one is just tmp. A becomes tmp. Then we're renaming b to a. B to a, and then we're renaming tmp to b. Did I make any mistake in this logic? A becomes temporary, B becomes A, and temporary becomes B, which was previously A. Okay, so I think that's how we do that. We cannot swap their content with XOR, right? Because it's not variables. We're literally swapping the files. So yeah, I guess that's what we're doing, and that will automatically get rid of tmp, if I understand correctly. Sorry, the files. Well, technically you can try to do that, but I mean, they have to be like the same length, I presume, to actually for this to work properly. If you want to XOR the contents, you know what I mean. Okay. XORing files. Believe it or not, that should be it, I think. I think that should be it. Just checking everything. We might as well also just print something. std. Sorry, files. Yeah, cryptography. Yes. All right, so it's gonna be like this, and it's gonna be b. std handle. All right. I think that is it. This is the entire algorithm, believe it or not. I think this is the entire algorithm. So let's rebuild the inverter. And this is how we're gonna try to work with that. I'm gonna go and do generate. Let's rebuild everything, including generator and inverter. Okay, so generate your mom. Let's see, well, okay, let's generate a little bit bigger. Your mom should be a little bit bigger. Okay, that's all right. I would prefer like a medium size, maybe just something in between. That's cool. I think that's all right. So let's do a tree on your mom. Okay, this is a good looking tree. This is a good looking tree. I want to kind of save it before txt. So we have a txt file. This is before. Makes sense. So then we will be able to compare them side by side. So are they? I think they also ordered in lexicographical order, which is actually pretty cool. All right. So inverter. Let's do inverter your mom. Okay, it did things. It did some things. It did some things, and now I'm gonna do tree after. Right, and let's take a look at it after. I think it worked. Holy shit! Oh fuck! It doesn't really display it properly, but it doesn't squash it vertically, if you know what I mean. But I think it worked. So if I just take a look at the before, right? So you have this streak of shallow files at the top, but now you have them at the bottom. I think. Oh yeah, okay. Oh shit. But I mean, I guess it's alright because the order of the names is always fixed. Yeah, the order of the names is always fixed because it's lexicographical one. So the only thing we can actually reverse in here is the contents, right? That's why Nancy3 contained value and now it doesn't contain it in here. But now the Blueberry one contains all this. I guess it makes sense given the limitations that we have to work with. I guess it's a good approximation, like, of translating that algorithm from binary tree to yeah, you know, to the file system, because in the file system, like, the order, like the way you invert the tree will depend on the order of the files, right? And we choose lexicographical one, and just, yeah, it is what it is. But I think it works. It's actually pretty cool. Okay, so let me commit everything. So yeah, it's gonna be implement the inverter, and I'm gonna push that right into the repo, and also maybe I'm gonna just do that. Oh yeah, so essentially this was that, and I suppose let me I think I want to, like, generate like a very small example, symbol that can transform this into this. Let me think. So generate. Okay, that's a pretty big one. Is that better? Let's do tree. Okay. Still too big. I guess I won't be able to generate a small one, so I'll have to handcraft it, unfortunately. I don't really want to handcraft it, but it is what it is. So we're gonna have bar and foo, and in foo we're gonna have buzz, and then test, maybe not like that, but test, and then here we're gonna have a touch hello world, right, something like this, and let me see if it's big enough. I guess it is. So let's put it like that. So I just want to make it like visible enough. So after that I can try to invert the data. Right, it got inverted to some extent, and now it looks like this. So this is the result. Can we look at both of them? That's actually pretty cool. So this is what it was, and this is what it became. It literally inversed it. It literally like flipped it. So it was in foo originally, and then the content went into bar, and inside of this thing, test had all of the content. Now test doesn't have it. Now buzz had it. Yes, it inverted the file tree. Holy shit! It actually did it. So yeah, this is what I envisioned pretty much. So it just flips everything. That's pretty cool. TSMR, yes. Okay. So do I have everything in the? Yeah. It's gonna be something like this. Yeah, I guess I could copy paste this entire stuff in here just as a placeholder for something. Okay, so to make generator data, tree data, invert data, tree data, and it's gonna be like that. So this is a quick start. All right. Update readme. I'm gonna put that right into the repo. Now you can do inverting. Oh yeah. So invert on the root is gonna fuck up your entire system. That's for sure. And wait a second, is this operation reversible? It must be reversible. Wait a second. Okay, so if I try to invert it yet again, and it is reversible, so you just have to do the second time. But I don't know how it works with unusual file types like symbols, like character devices, and maybe pipes and links, like symbolic links and hard links. I don't know how it will react to that. So this entire program is designed to work just with the directories and regular files, at least in terms of the POSIX. Should be the same. Okay, very well then. But the problem is that those symlinks will break. Yeah, probably. It just renames the file, so essentially it's just renaming the files. Yeah. Okay, so the entire thing should be available here. It's completely open source. I was developing it in Push in Live. So if you're interested in this kind of bullshit, you can check it out. I remember how I removed the dev tool. Nice. All right. So that was fun. Not gonna lie. Oh, Sun3, thank you so much for 500 bits. Thank you. Yeah, that is actually cool. So who fucking needs, like, you know, at Google, they shouldn't ask to invert binary tree. I mean, because anyone can do that. Try to inverse file system. That's way more fun. All right, so again, check out this thing. And I guess that's it for today. Boys and girls. Literally. Thanks everyone who's watching me right now. Really appreciate it. Have a good one, and I see you tomorrow. tomorrow, according to the schedule, during the first stream, we're going to do the virtual machine development or like programming language development. Check out our schedule page, check out our votes channels, and check out our Discord server for offline discussion with the community. And I don't know, is anyone streaming anything interesting right now? Is anyone reversing a file tree right now so we can raid them? So I don't know, and the Twitch is very slow. I think I know who that is. Day 0 sec. They're doing some like information security shit. Let's take a look at their title. Windows bugs, Teslas, what's up, man in the middle. I don't know. I watched a couple of their streams. They're actually rather interesting, so let me just see what they're doing right now.
It was fixed in February, and the TCP/IP.sys kernel driver. So they reverse engineered that patch, tried to figure out what the issue was, and ultimately wrote a POC for it, though it's...
I guess they're discussing like latest vulnerabilities or something like that. Could be interesting. Let's read them. Why not? Now you know what your question is. Yeah, been programming for 15 years, finally learned it. Okay, so right. Now you're thinking with portals. Okay. Get ready for the raid. Boys and girls, get ready for the raid, and I see you all tomorrow. Love you. Mwah.